I'm Steve Arnold, and I'm the lead investigator and project coordinator for the ACRoBEAR project. The goal of ACRoBEAR is to better understand and to predict health risks associated with rapid climate change in the Arctic region, and to understand the resilience and the adaptability of local communities to these risks. Specifically, we will focus on risks associated with air pollution sourced from the increasing prevalence of wildfires at high latitudes, and also risks associated with the increasing prevalence of natural focal diseases associated with rapid warming and other changes in climate in the region. ACRoBEAR brings together a diverse, international, interdisciplinary team of world-leading research groups, collaborators, stakeholders, and community groups. The project will work across 3 key regions in Alaska, Eastern Siberia, and Sweden. And community groups and stakeholder groups will take an active part in co-design of specific research deliverables and contribute local and indigenous knowledge to the development of new understanding within the project.
The summers 2014 and 2018 were the first times when smoke from wildfires became a public health issue in Sweden. In this project, we're going to study the health effects during the wildfires in 2018 in the county of Jämtland in northern Sweden. We're also going to do projections of health impacts with climate change and various levels of actions taken by the society.
So Marianne, I guess we're seeing pretty big changes in the Arctic in terms of temperature and other climate parameters that might be important for fire.
Definitely. So few other places in the world have seen as rapid and widespread environmental and climate changes as the Arctic region. And recent years have already shown us unprecedented wildfire levels and activities. So within the ACRoBEAR project, we will dig more deeply into fire weather, which is a key risk for wildfire, and see how the frequency and persistence and patterns of that might change over time.
Air pollution is a leading global health risk factor leading to millions of premature deaths every year around the world. And wildfire smoke is a large contributor to that air pollution disease burden. We will study the effects of wildfire smoke on health in Arctic communities in particular, where we think that climate change will have a larger effect over time on wildfire smoke, and yet the health risks from that wildfire smoke are largely unstudied among these communities.
I guess an important aspect of our project is also to look at how infectious diseases are responding to rapid climate change in the high latitudes of Arctic region.
Yes, and in this regard, it's especially important to remember about so-called natural focal disease. The agents of this disease are related to climate. In this project, we are particularly interested in tick-borne diseases. Such as in high latitudes, ticks need some certain amount of warmth to develop, so warm days, and also they are sensitive to humidity and winter parameters such as low temperatures and snow covers. There are also biotic factors. For example, we can see that the spread of diseases and the incidence rates are related to forest cover. And this is what makes them also sensitive, for example, to disturbances such as fires.
So Bob, I guess in the face of rapid climate change in the Arctic region, there are special concerns for these high latitude communities, and we need to understand how resilient they are.
Right, exactly. So we're trying to figure out the interaction between the natural environment and the human environment. And so to do that, we'd like to get a better sense of the community perceptions of the issues surrounding the forest fires and their consequences. So first of all, we'd be looking at their view of the overall situation, how they perceive this, what's going on, particularly with the fires and the consequences. Then the impacts of those fires, especially on their health. So that would be in terms of the increased air pollution from the fires, and then particularly vector-borne diseases that might result from the fires. Then we want to look as a third category at the response of the authorities and the self-organization among the communities. So what are the barriers, limits, and opportunities that these fires provide? And then finally, we'll look at the data and communications aspects of it. So questions like, what kind of information would the authorities like to have from scientists? And what kind of data and information would ordinary residents like to have from the authorities and from the scientific research being done?